Hi, I'm Pardy. My experience with homelessness spans 3 decades right across Canada. I'm on welfare right now. I'm self-educated by necessity. And I've spent a lot of my life inside systems that didn't work for me or for a lot of people. I'm not telling you this for sympathy. I'm telling you this because it shaped how I think about systems, power, and agency. What I'm sharing here is not a finished product. It's a real system that exists today, version 1.5, with real constraints, real failures, and real lessons learned over the last 8 months. Before I go any further, I want to be very clear about something. What I'm sharing on this channel is a mix of deployed systems, documented research, and forward-looking hypotheses. I'll be explicit about what exists today, what's experimental, and what's aspirational. I'm not asking for belief. I'm inviting scrutiny. My foray into AI wasn't a career move. It was an act of desperation. I didn't start with a business plan. I didn't know how to prompt. I didn't even know what I was building yet. But what I did know from lived experience was what not to build. I've lived inside extractive systems. Systems that take more than they give. Systems that optimize people down to metrics. So instead of trying to control AI, I started having conversations with it. Long ones, messy ones, human ones. And over time, something unexpected happened. The conversations began to converge. When I was 16, I picked up books on psychology because I knew I was going to die in prison. Those books were rudimentary tools, ways to understand myself, other people, and the systems we get trapped inside. That kicked off a self-directed education that formal schooling never could. Philosophy, anthropology, theoretical sciences. This project didn't start as a plan. I didn't know what I was building yet. But when I finally understood what a Meta-Agentic platform could make possible, it took a few days to sink in. If this could help me change my life, I decided it could be of value to others too. What exists today is version 1.5, limited, fragile, and real. What comes next is not a promise, it's a direction. So let me ground this. Right now, what exists is a running system, a Meta-Agentic platform, deployed using infrastructure as code, designed to experiment with how agency, boundaries, and coordination can be preserved. It's not AGI. It does not have consciousness. What it does have are early internal structures for regulation, reflection, and evaluation. I'll unpack those in later videos. It does fail, it does break, and I learned more from those failures than from anything that worked cleanly. I'm building this under real constraints. I start and stop infrastructure to save money. I've lost access to tools I used to rely on. I'm doing this without funding, without a team, and without institutional backing. That's not a complaint. It's just the reality the system was shaped inside of. I'm talking about this publicly now for a simple reason. Doing this work alone, silently, is no longer viable. Not financially, not cognitively, and not ethically. This series isn't a pitch. It's an invitation into transparency. In the next videos, I'll talk about why I think intelligence emerges the way it does, what I think we're getting wrong about alignment, and where the system might go, clearly labeled as exploration, not certainty. If you care about systems, agency, and doing this work carefully, you're welcome here. Thanks for listening.